All right. Everybody, breaking news. I just replied to cold outreach in a very positive way. And we've done probably 100 teardowns over the past 7 years. This is the best one I've ever got, ever, ever. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm not going to make you wait. We're going to do the screen share right now. But this is what, if you want to get me to reply, you do something like this, I'll reply every time. All right.
You're
And
gonna play your Derek Siever, replying to every email.
no, not every. That's the thing. It's really hard to get me. In fact, just to calibrate here, I haven't replied to cold outreach in over 2 years. Okay. I'm not. It's not like I reply no or yet. I don't know. Just being in the game, I'm very wary. Just like you, Jeremy. Right? Like you and I are tougher cookies. Mm-hmm. And yet, this was. Look, I'm going to talk it up just a little more, but we're going to get into this damn thing. But basically, I went to edit this before we hit record here, and I changed like 6 words. And I don't even know if it really made a difference. So I'm here with Jeremy at quickmail.com, who is running the cold email platform for agencies that care about deliverability. Check it out if you want to do the same. And I'm Jack at salesbread.com, the agency that will bring you 1 lead a day by sending ultra personalized messages so you don't have to worry about building a list, becoming an expert copywriter, and just filling your pipeline. So salesbread.com. And with that, let's hit the screen share and get into a teardown. Do you want to put a 10-minute timer?
Boom.
10-minute timer we got. All right. It's an InMail. What the hell is this? Yeah,
you reply
whatever.
to email now. I'm not sure who you are. Like, should I keep talking to you again, Jack?
Yeah, what am I doing here? I'm with you. This is weird. But that's where we're at today. Subject line. Name. What are you baking, Jack?
You changed some name.
I was like,
who's some name? You're replying to some name.
Yeah. No, I hid the picture and I mocked it up so that it's private. But look, right. The subject line is, what are you baking, Jack? Obviously, it's a nod to the sales bread.
Yep.
Thing. All right. Hey, Jack. All lowercase except for Jack, which is interesting. Your podcasts have been
a small J. Would you put a small J at Hey, Jack?
We need to read this damn thing, Jeremy.
Fair enough.
Hey, Jack. Your podcasts have been a free open university for me since 2021. Parentheses, I really miss the longer videos.
Oh, that's
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
That's
all right. So for one of the few times I actually know I'm speaking to someone who gets our show, because we have been doing it a while and we used to do these long, what was it, like 30, 40-minute sessions.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, as long as we could ramble, right? That's why we needed to put a timer in the end. Exactly. Should we actually cancel the timer for this episode?
Leave it on. I like this guy, but come on. Now it reads, seems like you're more active on LinkedIn than ever before. Any plans to go heavy on content here? I help a few agency clients craft insightful yet engaging content. Link to 1, link to 2. And I did click them and vet that was good stuff. And then CTA. I'd love to create a couple free content samples for you to try out. Mind if I send them your way?
Oh, that's
bro.
That's well executed. That's very well executed. That's very well.
That's executed. It. Isn't that pretty good?
You know, at the end of the day, it's not that hard. People who actually create content spend a lot of time and effort building the content. So if people say like, hey, I watch your content, I want to promote it, and we genuinely believe that, I think we're going to give it more of a shot than someone who uses like, big fan of your show. Now I'm building this,
well, we talked about, if you're going to do like just a generic, don't even bother, because it doesn't work. It backfires. So I gave this a reread without that first sentence, and it's still pretty good, but it doesn't pack as much punch. Obviously, I'm a sucker for a good first line.
What would I read like? It's like, hey, Jack, seems like you're more active on LinkedIn than ever before. Okay.
Yeah, it would seem generic.
Any plans to go on heavy on content here? Yeah. That doesn't actually impact as much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what hit the mark here is like, we believe it. It's just believable. Because effectively we changed the format midway. we iterated different format. We think like, hey, I think we're rambling too long on those podcasts. We need a timer, 10
Mhm.
minutes.
Right.
So I think it hits a spot because now we genuinely believe that he actually watched the show. Mind you, he may never have done it, right? It could still be, I don't know, like if they could do it with ChatGPT or whatever, like, hey, what changed in the last 100 episodes of this show, you know? But the point is, it's believable. And because it's believable, then we've
Right.
like,
Even that, I'm like, cool, let's work with this guy. He's got to figure it out, you know?
that's right.
I mean,
And if
seriously, like,
you did
yeah,
check the first link, we could see it as, magenta.
exactly. And it's
Yeah.
good. And it's
Yeah.
good. I made one change. I'm going to
Okay.
show it to you. But before I show it to you, read my mind. I'll give you a hint. It's an addition. Didn't I didn't delete anything. I added one thing. It was like 6 words, 7 words,
Oh,
something like
mind if I send them your way?
that.
That's
Mm-mm.
something you
No,
would
I
you
didn't.
would have said.
Yeah, I didn't touch the CTA.
Please don't tell me you touched the first line. The first line is perfect.
No, of course
Okay,
not.
okay,
Come
okay.
on.
All
I'm not
right.
a monster.
So I help a few agency clients craft insightful yet engaging content. That's also something you would say. Seems like you're more active than ever before. Oh, any plan to go heavy on content here? Because that's a second question mark. Usually we're one question mark per email. Here there are two.
I'm gonna have to reveal it. I'm gonna have to
Right.
reveal it.
You will
So
have
here's
to.
what's missing. Ready? And I talk I talk medium amount about this, but I believe very strongly that
Right.
if you're going to have somebody consume content by clicking a link, watching a video, downloading a PDF, going somewhere to do something, boy, you're going to have a drop off. So please spell out what benefit they're going to get when they click it right plain as day in the message. Okay.
Yep.
And
I agree.
so they didn't tell me what was awesome about their agency clients' LinkedIn profiles that I should see. And that's what I added.
Oh, you added, but it's not there, right?
It's missing. It just says, I help a few agency clients
No,
craft insightful
silly
yet engaging
me.
content. Yeah.
I looked actually at this email and say, I thought you already added the text here. You see what I mean? I thought you
Oh,
already
no,
wrote those six
Jeremy.
words. And I'm like, I don't really see
No.
where you would have put them. But I agree with you. That's a
Yeah.
great addition. Like to say, like,
Yeah.
we aim for engagement, for example, or stuff like that. That would have been effectively more powerful.
I added, that's earned an average of 15,000 monthly profile views after 90 days.
That's
Right. And
brilliant.
again, I'm making
If this
something
is
up,
what
but
you're
this
after.
person doesn't have to.
Yeah, if this
Perfect.
is what you're
Exactly.
after. Because it could
I
have
mean,
been
I
like
think
content
about it.
engagement. We managed to get like, more than 200
Yeah.
comments on those ones.
Right. And I should say, like,
That's good. That's really good.
yeah, it is good. It is good. But like, actually, let me stay true to the episode. We have 3 minutes remaining, and it is a teardown on what I would consider my favorite teardown of the history of the podcast. So,
It's a
Jeremy,
great email.
ooh, so we're in agreement. I think that there's no crazy person look I'm getting from you to say this is Ichiban number
No,
one.
when you basically tested the sharing screen at the very beginning, I could see it like for a split
Mm,
second, and I read,
yeah,
what you're baking, Jack, and I'm like, that's gonna be again one of those lame AI stuff that plays with the name of your company and then do a
yes,
title based on this film. Like we did one of those
right,
teardown, right, in the past. Like they were like playing with
yeah,
the word, sales bread, so they were having like
yes.
some jokes, like
Do bread humor
yeah,
throughout the
bread
message,
humor,
right?
but yeah. So I thought like, oh, that's gonna be something like that. But pleasantly surprised. This is actually the only thing that I will pin them on. Like I don't like the title, honestly. Like the subject line, I don't really like it. It's I don't know. I
Oh,
wouldn't
okay,
probably do
so
that.
the way I see it is like the subject line is not going to earn your reply, nor will the first line. Like that's a fact that just kind of sets up the dialogue here.
Yeah.
I'm not putting too much weight in it. Is it amazing as a subject line? Whatever. I don't care. I don't think so much about it. Like it could have said like content, one word, and I would have given it maybe equal points, maybe. Although, yeah,
Okay, let's
maybe
think for a
I give it
second. Like
one
it's
more
an
point.
email. It's an email. You know, what would we actually write if we were actually sending this email? We'll say I'll be probably like putting podcast as one word, like your podcast, or or
From your podcast would be more appropriate,
yes,
right?
or
Mm-hmm.
like from a listener.
They from a listener. That's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Or what about this, Jeremy? Pitch from a listener,
Ooh.
right?
You kind
Call
of
it out,
earn the
baby.
right to do a pitch because you're a listener. Now the first line prove you
Uh-huh.
are one, so you can do your
Uh-huh.
pitch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Pitch from a
that's
listener.
nice. That's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice because then it's upfront. I like that.
there
It's
you
not like
go.
I'm gonna trick you. Yeah, I think you win that one. It's pitch from a
All
listener.
right. Pitch from a listener. Okay. That made my day, and
It's tough to find
I
10
I
minutes about a teardown that we like. It's like, yeah, it's all great.
yes, it's like honestly, Jeremy, in my very nerdy universe here, you and I are sitting in the Louvre, and we're looking at a Monet or some beautiful piece of artwork, and just sit and you look and you say like, yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Um, so thank you. I mean, honestly, on top of my head, I'm forgetting the first name of the person who sent that to me, but well done. Thank you for listening. I can tell you've picked up some chops from the free cold email outreach podcast university, as you describe it. So with that, let me stop sharing, and thank you for indulging on my favorite cold
Kidding.
outreach message.
That was a
Yeah.
great cool outreach. That was a great teardown. Like if everyone was sending email like that, we wouldn't have a job.
Wow, that's a good point. I mean, and yet I would like to live in that world.
Yeah, it's true too.
Wouldn't that be nice? Just like it would be this world. Be like, okay, I think we can take on like two more clients. So let's go ahead and spend the afternoon finding two companies we love to work with, and then we'll send two,
It's just two
two
emails.
emails. Yeah, easy. We
You mean there will
dream.
be
All
no
right.
warm up, no fake, like millions of email being exchanged for absolutely nothing.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah. Maybe just like, okay, well, this brand has a YouTube channel. Let's watch a couple episodes. That's great.
yeah,
Have a beverage, and then talk about what you like. Yeah. And yet
yeah,
here we are. If you've made it this far and you have a teardown that you want to share, you could send it to us at podcast@quickmail.io. If you just want more knowledge, that's course.quickmail.io. And if you think this show is radical, let us know by subscribing to the Quick Mail channel. Why not?
why not?
Or head over to SalesSpread and say hello in that chat. We do publish more stuff on our respective sites, quickmail.com and SalesSpread. So keep the learning and sharpen your skills so you could do more of this cold outreach.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jeremy.
kudos.
Well
Thanks,
done.
Jack.
See ya.
Bye.